Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Let's start off with the Trina and Taggart scene. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't care. After a while, I just really got annoyed with the whole Trina and her worrying and her whining and how things are gonna be different and DNA is gonna be this and that and the third. And I sat there and I looked at the situation. I'm like, you know what? Listen, it's only gonna be different if you allow it to be different. You know, the test result is only going to change something if you allow it to. And I think that's the part where it's like after a good 5 minutes, I just kind of tuned out. Meanwhile, you got Portia, Hat Daddy, Curtis, and Stella there, right? And they convinced Portia to go be with her daughter and everything like that. So both of them leave. Here's the thing about Stella and her guilt. This isn't even the worst thing that she's done to even feel guilty about. Yeah, she knew what was going on, and rather than sit there and break up or, put herself in that situation when she would have to sit there and tell Curtis, she chose to distance herself. Was that bad? Yeah. But was that the worst thing that she's ever done? No. So I felt like this level of guilt, and even Curtis, the way he was looking at her kind of side eye, was like, bro, it's like on a scale of her doing bad things, this isn't even really up there. It's really not. Um, Her taking the divorce papers was a lot worse, and he forgave her for that. So I felt like this whole guilt and Marshall Smith, they're trying to talk her down and be like, hey, he'll forgive you, this, that, and third. It was like, this is so unnecessary. This is really unnecessary. So we get to the hospital. Get back to the hospital. You got Portia there, and Trina's like, "No, I'm glad you're here," and stuff like that. The test results come in, and it's just so over the top. Because Trina tries to make it very clear that she doesn't want a replacement dad, and to be honest, it's like Curtis was never once sitting there angling for that. So I felt like that comment was just completely unnecessary. Maybe it might have been for Taggart's benefit, but it was just like, yeah, but we get it. You've been saying this a bunch of times that he's your forever dad and blah, 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 blah. We all get it. We all know, it doesn't change anything. And in all retrospect, it just means that you have another person that loves you. So I kind of see that as more of an upside than anything. Anyway, um, Curtis is the father, which I sound like Maury Povich. Um, Taggart leaves and starts up there banging on the elevator because he's upset. Um, and okay, so part of me feels bad for Taggart, right? He had 19 years to sit there and raise that child, and now he sits there and finds out that in some ways that his world has been turned upside down, right? Okay. So I get that part. But then I'm also sitting there looking at it, and I'm just like, on what planet did you not sit there and think that when your wife was knocking boots with another man, that there wasn't a possibility that couldn't have been his child? And so what? Portia just told you, no, it's yours, and you just said, oh, okay, cool, I believe you. You have a stellar track record. You did knock boots with another man, so you lied about that for so long. There's a possibility that you could have sat there and lied about this. Yeah. So I'm just like, bro, to sit there and think that this wasn't a possibility is just beyond accident. So there's that. Now let's get back to the hospital. Again, Carly and her two ungrateful acidine of children. Yeah. So they're both, Michael and Josh, are sitting there saying that they need to turn in Sonny. That she needs to turn in Sonny. You need to sit there and save yourself. Sonny's a criminal. Blah, 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 blah. Now, I already went over last night of just how asinine that this whole idea of turning Sunny over and them just living in peace and harmony would work out. For just so many reasons, but mostly for the fact that when Sunny was gone, Cyrus decided to sit there and take a crack at all of them. But and also the good stuff that Sunny has done for Michael and Jocelyn, and clearly how they're just being complete asses about it is just unbelievable. Now I don't know what happens. I think Carly goes somewhere to do something, and Jocelyn, oh Jocelyn. Somehow she just always find a way to sit there and annoy me. Now she's sitting there talking to him, Michael, about you need to sit there and give her the evidence to turn over Dex. Stop screwing him over, blah 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 blah. He deserves to go to jail, blah 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 blah. I'm sitting there looking at this whole thing and I'm like, Josh. Oh, something else that she said. When Sonny was like, hey, listen, I gotta go, Nina's calling me, whatever. And Josh was like, oh, see, there he goes again, betraying us for Nina or leaving his family for Nina. And I'm just like, y'all two ungrateful nitwits have been giving this man a side eye since the moment that he actually stepped near y'all, when he was sitting there asking both of them, all of them, but particularly those two, to can we just sit there and hash this out the next day? We're here for Willow. So now he's like, all right, well, you know what? Listen, I'm not doing any good here. And y'all just meant to keep getting all pissy with me, so let me leave. So her little comment was just so, like, really? And now she's sitting there fighting with Michael when she said, oh, yeah, I'm there to support you. I'm there to support you. I'm there to support you for Willow. Yeah, You're really there to support Willow by sitting there arguing with him about turning over the evidence. Anyway, TJ came in there, gave him some news, was optimistic about her prognosis, and it's going to take some time. So, guess we'll just sit there and wait and see. I don't know what's going on with her and her contract. I never actually got a chance to find that out. So maybe during this time, she's sitting there using that time to hash it out with the network. Part two of this lame ass will reading. Let's be very clear. It's lame. Oh, so what did Laura get? Peace. She got a thumbs up to sit there and say you were a good opponent. Awesome. That's great. That's amazing. Um, Anna got something that was kind of cryptic. I'm pretty sure when she does get arrested towards the end of the episode, I think it had a lot to do with that. He said something. I can't even remember what he said because, again, this whole will reading was just so underwhelming and lame. Just to put it mildly, lame. So you got that going on, right? What else you got going on? I'm just not thinking, what else happened in that will reading? I think that was about it. Can we get the old Esme back? Can we seriously get the old Esme back? I can't even believe I'm actually saying this because when she first came in, she was annoying, right? I got used to her because it was like, you know what, we need a villain, and she is not there making a teenage or young adults, whatever the hell they want to be called, interesting. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm rocking with that. She's doing some really evil, terrible things, and I'm with it. She's making it fun and interesting. She went from being confident and evil and she went from being confident and evil to whiny and crying and just annoying. She did something where she sent an email from a source to another news competitor or something like that. So she's freaking out and everything like that, and Alexa's like, listen, I need to be able to trust you. So you can stay now, We'll see what tomorrow brings. And then she told her to pretty much kind of kick rocks and go home. And then she gets there, and the reason why she said she was so distracted because she was like, "Oh, I'm leaving my baby with strangers and this, that, and the third." And I'm just like, "Oh my God, I get it. You're a new mother, but Jesus Christ, you are taking this whole thing way too far." Like, I'm like, "What are you?" It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And of course, when she got back home, she was like, "Oh, you didn't give him his blanket and this, that, and the third, and just whining about that." I'm like, I'm literally sitting there looking at the shows like, is this the Esme that we're stuck with now? Like, seriously? Because I'm more than okay with her going back to being the old Esme. This one is not working. This one seems like it's broken. I know when she went in that water and she lost her memory, which I'm still trying to figure that out. We got this broken version of this toy, and now we're stuck with it. Can we get a refund? Like, I don't, not feeling this, not feeling it. Sonny and Nina talk about their wedding. And then Anna gets arrested. Well, they see Anna, and eventually she gets arrested. So, oh, and Laura wants to sit there and take a look at the compound because Spencer finally opened the email. I mean, the letter. But I'm just like, bro. I think Ava said a joke, and he decided to bite her head off. And they're just like, bro, stop being a dick and just open the damn letter. So they finally do, and it's some sort of property that which I don't understand. If you're planning on giving it to Spencer, why would you write the letter in Russian? He sat there and he looked at this and he was like, yeah, so I can't read any of this. And Anna was able to read it. It's some sort of, I think he has some sort of property. He gave him some sort of property in some remote place in Russia or something. Now, Lori wants to sit there and try to look for Nicholas. And they was like, oh, come on. He's probably disappeared. You know how Nicholas is. It's dangerous. You don't want to go. You know what she wants to sit there and do, right? Is cover her ass. She wants to cover her ass. Um, which is probably where Mason and Mason's boss is that they're keeping Nicholas at. Or whenever they decide to sit there and get Nicholas, recast Nicholas, get the old Nicholas back, the fan favorite one, Tyler Christopher, back, I guess we'll sit there and see. She was like, no, you should do something else. Now, Agent Dick, right, was, arresting her. And he was like, listen, we could do this the easy way, or I have guards that they're posted. There's something about this guy. Okay, there's something about this guy that just irritates me. Right? He's like, oh, we got men posted all over and stuff like that. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, bro, listen, if that was me, just to piss him off, I would sit there and try to mow down and go through every single agent I possibly could just because he pissed me off. But she goes, she gets arrested, and you see in the next one, she's being interrogated. Um, I just sat there and I was like, bro, it's not even a choice. Like, but I also think that she went because on some level maybe she felt like whatever crimes that she did, like Diane may not be able to help her out. But I'm like, you should still take Diane there. Come on now, get the best, get the best. Yeah, pull us some Jason Bourne. Um, I feel like that. Oh yeah. Also, Gregory is now working with Alexis after ghosting her for weeks now. But he said he didn't want to be a burden, and they hashed it out, and now he's working there because he was there to put out a fire, and he did. Which again, Esme was just way over the top, way over the top. Anyway, I feel like that's about it for the most part. I don't think I really forgot too much of anything, but if I did, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Um, we'll sit there and go over whatever it is that somehow I probably forgot. So with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.